Hello everybody, my name is Suckit and we are playing TNP Limitless 3. And what we're gonna do today, like this mess, like I don't know what's where, there's all kinds of like, I got stuff over here and there's all, and who knows. So what I've been doing is I've been digging out another basement underneath the shop. And before we do anything else, I want to make some elevators because I'm falling a lot. This is it's kind of like the crafting station we're using right now. It's a single piece of an older mod, and you can make these in all different colors. And we might change these to a different color later, but I just want to make them right now. I have been falling down here a lot. It's just an ender pearl and 8 wool of any color. And you put one down where you want to land, and you put one up. Basically, you can move up and down between these blocks just by you press spacebar if you want to go up, shift if you want to go down. So, boop, boop, cool. Next thing we want to think about down there, now that we can get up and down, is some power. And what we're going to do is make some of these basic universal cables for mechanism. They transport 3.2, 3,000, 3,200 kiloforge energy a tick. We have this solar panel that does 2,000 a tick, so these will be just fine. They're not very expensive. They are just some steel and some redstone. And there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a solar panel right here. And we can have our energy come right through here. Very nice. And we'll just store this for now. It's not even hooked up to anything right at this moment. Alright, very nice. So what we're going to start working on, we've got quest lines for both refined storage and applied energistics. And I know refined storage, we need to get into it as soon as possible, so that's what we're going to get into. Some kind of auto crafting and storage system, or I'm going to go spare. So I'm going to kind of move through it. If you want to get in depth, you can check out some of my previous videos. So the first thing we're going to need are some processor bindings, a bunch of silicon, which we have growing outside, and a bunch of quartz enriched iron, which we also have growing outside. First major block we have to make is a controller. This takes power. We're going to need a machine casing, which is just stone and this quartz enriched iron. There's a quest. That's cool. We're also going to need an advanced processor. You get that by smelting raw advanced processors, which are diamonds, redstone, dust, silicon, and these processor bindings that we made before. So we have plenty of everything. So we're going to take a stack of diamonds, a stack of redstone, and we're going to make, see if this is shapeless. I guarantee you I'm not going to remember the recipe perfectly. Yeah, it's shapeless. Okay. Now we can just throw them right in our redstone furnace. Okay. Get us started. Controller. That should be it. Now this is kind of the, as you might imagine, it's the controller. It's the, you need exactly one of these per refined storage system. You gotta have it hooked up to power. And it's the heart of the whole enterprise. So we're gonna put it, let's see, where are we gonna put this thing? We could go power down here, we could go I guess we could have storage along that wall, and we get a lot of room down here. I guess we'll just put it right next to the thing here. There's nothing going on right now because it doesn't have anything to control, so let's make some things for it to control. The next thing we're going to want to make is a grid so that we can make a crafting grid. And it's some similar stuff like we had before, but we got some different things. We got improved processors, which are, like the ones we made before with gold instead of diamond. And we'll smelt those up. I don't know why I just stopped recording there. So we'll just go ahead and make a stack of them. That sounds good. Oh, and we need redstone. Nice. Smelt them up. We're also going to need some basic processors, which are the same idea. They're just with iron instead of with gold or diamonds. It's all pretty simple. That should be a good amount. Bunch of quests. Now, for our grid here, to make our construction core, it's a basic processor in glowstone. And to make our destruction core, it's quartz and a processor. So let's go ahead and put that together. Quartz, glowstone, glowstone. Very cool. And more quests. There's another quartz and more quests. And we need 4 glass. And another one of these machine frames. There's our grid. And to make a crafting grid, we're going to need an advanced processor and a crafting table. That should be easy enough. There's our advanced processor. Grid. 1 crafting grid. Nice. Now we're going to put that down right on top of the grid. Now, the controller will power the crafting grid. We can see that it's using 4 FE a tick to power this. Now this has a little bit of internal storage, not that much. So we're going to want to add some storage to this thing. Now the first thing we're going to need for that is a disk drive. I'm not even going to try to identify it by sight. We'll just need another advanced processing, a machine casing, a chest. You get the idea. Alright, I think we have everything. Yes, we do. Now we got the disk drive. We're going to need some disks to put in it. So there are advancements and quests for all of these, because of course there are, but we'll start with a simple one. We just need some redstone and some more glass, huh? Here's our glass. We'll just get a bunch of redstone here. So the conceit of the mob is that it stores things digitally, and it allows you to manipulate them digitally. It's really that simple. Okay, there's our 1K storage disk. That'll give us 1,000 items. Now for a 4K storage disk, we'll need a 4K storage part, which are 3 of these. Clear that out. And 4 basic processors. And then we can go ahead and make the rest of it. There's a 4K storage disk. Very cool. See, we can move up to the next one. It's going to be a lot, right? So we'll need 3. So we'll need 9 of those. Yeah, this is a lot. Oh, what are we short? Glass? Easy. Okay, so we need 9 of these. Cool. Which will give us 3 of these. And then this is just, this is just improved processors. It's basically the same recipe. And we'll go ahead and make the disk itself. So what we'll do is we'll put our disk drive down right here. And we'll put a 1K storage disk in there, right? So you see this jump from 0 to 1,000. Now if we were to throw 25 pieces of stone in there, you'd see it now, 25 out of 1,000. And, you get the idea. Now this one is 4,000, so now we have 5,000 total. This one is 16, so now we have 21,000 total. And we can now craft with the stuff we have in here from JI just as this stands. This is really pretty cool, so I'm going to go move a bunch of stuff. I forget if we tried this already, but to actually move the stuff, let's try this packing tape mod. Like if I wanted to... Oh, we need paper. I think we did try this and it worked. I'll pick it up. So we should just be able to throw this right down here. Shift right click. Yeah, brilliant. And I can just throw all of this stuff into the refined storage system. Oh, so much better. Now that we got a bunch of items in there, we got 1.5, it's filled up the 1K storage disk. Plenty of room on the 4K, hasn't even touched the 16. This is going to make our life so much easier. So I just moved the chest monster into the system here. It's all here, all this stuff. Most of it I don't even know what it is. You can see that the first two drives, the 1K and the 4K, are full. The 16K, we're starting to scratch it, so we'll want to make the 32 soon. You'll also notice I moved my storage system down here, and there's that trench dug along. What could this be all about? Well, what I don't want all of that in there, just the cobble and that kind of thing alone would take up so much memory that it would, be a pain to make all the disks. But I want access to all of this stuff. So first thing we're going to want to do is make some cables. And we're going to want an absolute ton of this stuff. So let's start with, whoops. Let's start with 32 redstone. See where that takes us. I did do some caving down there. I can't quite seem to deal with them all. Yeah, we'll get a little more than a stack. And the other thing we're going to want is what's called an external storage unit. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to need some chests. We're going to need some more destruction cores. I'll get that together. Alright, we're close at least. Yeah, okay, that's just an improved process. We have cable on us. Now this will allow us to access whatever inventory we hook it up to, and the drawer controller from storage drawers is just what we need. We may need this wrench. This thing can be kind of finicky. Oh, nope, got a first try. Now we're just going to take this cable, come on, run it along, and anywhere we attach it to is fine. So that's just fine. Now we see we're not any fuller than we were before in the disk drive, but we have access to everything that's in the storage drawer system, including all the blocks and nugget forms of all the metals, which is going to save us a lot of trouble. Now the other thing we're going to want to do is hook up our automated resource scene with ourselves here to the system, so we have access to this stuff too. I made a whole bunch of cables. Glad we've been... Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Cool. So now you can see we've got all the food and everything else in here, so that's cool. Alright, I've brought my machines over, and I've hooked them up to power. So, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get into auto crafting, because that's the next thing here. What we want to do is look at crafters. So we've got iron crafters in this pack. Cool. We're just going to start with the basics. They're just construction cores, destruction cores, another one of these machine casings. Make a construction core. Make the destruction core. And finally, make the crafter. Now, what we're going to do, just for aesthetic purposes, because when I build the walls, I'm going to want to have a little bit of blank space. You can just put the crafter anywhere, like next to it, but we want some cable. Right here. What? Not gravel. Just for aesthetic purposes. Now we're going to put the crafter right up there. And you know what? I forgot. We want to set the priority on this external storage to 10. That's going to be the highest priority we use, so that anytime we have iron going into the system there, it will go into the refined storage. Like for instance, here we have 5 andesite. We have 3804 andesite in the system. So if I put the andesite in the crafting grid, we now have 3809. That's what we want. So these crafters, the basic ones, have 9 slots. They take something called patterns. And we're going to make some. Blank patterns, I think. I guess there's a lot of things called patterns in the pack. No, that's applied energistics. Let's see. Actually, you know what we should do? We should just check the old quest line here. Oh dear. We made a lot of these, haven't we? Okay. Let's see if we can just find it. Because we're going to need 2 things. We're going to need this drive. No. We're going to need a pattern grid is what we're going to need. So we are going to need to make... Let's see, let's not lose it here. We're going to need to make another construction core. And another destruction core, and that should give us our grid, right? Nope, another machine casing. There's our grid. Now for a pattern grid, we'll need a pattern. That's just quartz enriched iron, some glass, redstone. There we go. We'll pop that down right there. Now we're gonna make a bunch more of those patterns. Where are they? Just patterns. So what you do, let's say we wanted to automate external storages, right? So we'd want it to craft all these things better together to make one external storage. So you click it in there just with JI, you press the create button, it makes a pattern that memorizes this crafting recipe. And now you can put it in here, and you can search for it, and you can see we have the option to craft this. Now we're missing some things. We're missing the destruction core and the construction core. So we're going to do the same thing, and you know, the point here is that you can do multi-tiered crafting with a single operation in this. Right? Right. Now, what we want to make also is importers, and this is the same idea. It's cables, the two things, and this will allow us to put things into the storage system. Cool. Cool. So now, if we wanted 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll start with 4. Say 4 importers, right? We can make all the things. We hit start. And that's pretty cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to get them right under here. Pull this back up. Oh, we're going to need a little bit more room for some cable here. Hook it right up. And now everything that these process will go into the storage system. So if we were to throw 3 copper ore in there, we get copper dust, right? No copper dust in there right now. Boom. Not moving very fast. Oh, we don't have the configuration set up right. So we'll shut this one off. And now we should see it coming. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to set the other ones up. So 2 things. You can make this in an exact mode or an inexact mode. I just made one in exact mode with infested andesite to make the machine casings, and that's not what we want at all. We want not exact mode for the machine casing, so it's hopefully just whatever. That's really weird and specific. Infested andesite. Okay, so it'll just let us do it with regular stone now. Now I want some more cable here. So what you can do is put a crafter right on top of your machine. And connect that to your refined storage system. And the two next to each other are just fine like that. You saw them both light up.